Hi, I'm Helen from the Berlin-Peck Memorial Library. I'm going to introduce our new memory kits for caregivers of people with Alzheimer's. Hi, Helen Malinka here. Wanted to talk to you a little bit about a new project that we'll be launching in January. Um, Unfortunately, many of us have been affected by people we love suffering from Alzheimer's and other dementia diseases. I have a few statistics that are kind of alarming. Um, 5.8 million Americans of all ages are living with Alzheimer's dementia right now, and 1 in 10 age 65 and older has Alzheimer's dementia. Well, let's bring that a little closer to home. In Connecticut, 80,000 people are living with Alzheimer's dementia, and 178,000 family members and friends are caregivers. So if you're not affected right now, chances are you might be in the future because unfortunately the statistics keep going up. So we're going to try to give you a little help. Thanks to our friends at the American Savings Foundation, we've put together a memory kit. It's called Those Were the Days. Right now we have 4 of them. We're planning on adding more as we get some more supplies. So this is what the bag will look like. It has a content sheet that lives in there. And let me show you a few of the things that we are going to provide for you. First, probably the most important for you caregivers, we have 2 different resources in here, and each bag has different ones, or maybe 2 have different ones. Activities to do with your parent who has Alzheimer's dementia, and the Caregiver's Guide to Dementia. That's in kit number 2. Kits 1, 3, and 4 have similar resources. All the bags have 2 resources for caregivers. Then we have conversation cards. These are very simple pictures, but on the back are questions that you can use with your loved one to kind of jog their memory. If they don't remember what that is, then you can ask them a couple of questions from the back, or just use that to start a conversation. And we have all different subjects of our conversation cards. Of course, we have books. Some of them are very simple picture books. This one is all about the color red and shows you different scenes in nature and around the house that are red. Dogs and Puppies. We have a whole series of these hardcover books. It's an interactive book for memory impaired adults. Gives you some guidelines in the front, and there you can see the pictures with some more sentences to use for conversation starters. Here's another one. This is all different gardens. If your loved one likes to garden, you can show them these pictures and let's start another conversation. And then let's not forget about everybody's favorite means of entertainment, the TV. We have this one is all about stars from the 1950s. Unfortunately, I know a lot of them myself. Music, music is used in a lot of different therapies, and Alzheimer's is no different. We put together a couple of different CDs in each bag, focusing on different eras. Here's the 60s and the 70s. We have the 50s, we have big bands, several others. And these just came in. These are 13-piece puzzles, and all different subjects. This one happens to be the sheepdog, but depends on what level your loved one is at during the progress of this disease, if this would be appropriate for them. We've done some research, and one of the books that is actually in the bag has suggested that using essential oils would be soothing and calming for your loved one. So we've put together a little roller ball filled with lavender essential oils, mixed, of course, because plain would be too strong. But that's our gift to you. You can keep this. There's a flyer in there that talks all about using essential oils and how lavender is thought to be calming and able to balance strong emotions. So if you're with your loved one, just take the roller ball. You can put it with their permission on their hands, rub it in, have a nice gentle hand massage, or just put it a little bit on their wrist like you would perfume, rub it in, and let them smell it. It's very nice, but that's our gift to you. So that doesn't have to come back in the bag. We also have a sheet of resources that you can look up from the library right here. Now, let me show you the bag again, because there's a little barcode on it. You check out the whole bag. You may have it for 1 week, and you can also renew it if you're not quite done with it for another week. You can put a hold on them. The record in the catalog, if you just put in memory kit in our catalog, it will bring up all 4 kits, and you can see what's in each one and what would be appropriate for your loved one. Actually, any one would be appropriate. We kind of made them as unisex as possible, so you should be able to get a lot of use out of any kit that you would have. We ask that you pick it up here and you return it here to the library. Please don't return it to any other library. The delivery system isn't always reliable, and we want to make sure we get all the pieces back in one piece. So if you have any questions, let me tell you that, unless I already did, that we got a grant from the American Savings Foundation, and our original plan was to have a memory cafe, an in-person meet and greet with refreshments, and well, with COVID, that didn't quite turn out. But the American Savings Foundation allowed us to use the money that they gave us to do other things as long as they related to our topic of memory care. And that's when we came up with the idea of the memory kit. So we thank them for their generosity. And if you have any questions, feel free to call me, Helen, 860-828-7131. Or you can just go to our catalog at Berlin-Peck.org and put a hold on whichever one you would like. We hope they bring you some help and your loved ones some joy.